Hey guys, this is DJ. Welcome back. Sorry for the delay in getting videos out. It's been a crazy week with booked work and sessions and stuff. As a matter of fact, I booked, and I'm a little bit of a humble brag here, but it really made me feel good. It validated a lot of the work that I've been putting in. I booked the second highest paying job in my entire voiceover career, the highest single job last week. Or week before last. I booked it and recorded it last week. And I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. So that was something that my wife and I were kind of celebrating. Anyways, with that out of the way, I thought I would spend some time today remind you about some stuff that relates to acting. I had a coaching session with a client and he and I were going through simple commercial scripts. He's relatively new, I think about 1.5 years total time, probably about a year or 9 months perhaps, of really going 100% into this. Commercial voice acting is where I would always recommend somebody to start. And because commercial training sets the foundation for corporate narration, as I've said many times before, but it also sets the foundation for e-learning. And it can also set a foundation for nonfiction audiobooks, if that's something you want to get into. Commercial voice acting, however, is acting. And acting is doing. All right? Acting is doing. Whatever you want to convey has to be based in some physical action. That's what acting comes from, action. So if you're trying to be a commercial voice actor and you're reading a script that is about what you love about this particular car, or this bank that's giving you 2% cash back on a credit card or something, right? When we talk about that credit card, we have to first understand how we feel about it. And that's usually given to you in the specs. And if it's commercial, you usually feel happy about it, proud, excited, thrilled, usually gonna be positive, right? Because they're selling something. You're marketing or you're advertising the product to somebody. So you gotta find the version of you being that kind of positive emotion. For example, excited. I know what excited DJ looks like. Excited DJ is like, oh shit, yo, oh fuck, dude. 2% off? Or 2% cash back? Oh shit. Damn, okay, huh. See all of these things that I'm doing here? Oh shit. All of this comes from the emotion. And the reason why I can do that right now is because I understand that the emotion automatically elicits those physical actions to come out. I'm saying this and it goes back to the student that I was coaching last week. He was not moving. In the script, he was trying to convince his mother that she should get rid of all of the stuff that she's been hoarding on eBay. I told him, hey, tell me what you're doing. What are you doing? When would this conversation take place? And he built a scene. He's like, I'm in the car with my mom, we're driving, whatever, and I'm telling her about this. I said, go. And so he's got the microphone, he's looking at the script in front of him. He's like, hey mom, remember that toaster you bought? Regardless of how my voice sounds, what's missing to you? Remember, he said he's in the car. He's driving. You gotta drive. Acting is doing. If you are building the scene of yourself being in the car and you're driving and maybe down the highway, the interstate or whatever, and there's trees going by and there's trucks driving by, right? You can imagine the scene. We built the scene together, he and I. But you don't put your hand on the steering wheel or 2 hands on the steering wheel if that's what you do, because that's how I drive. Call me old, whatever, but that's what I do. 10-2, right? Like if that's how you drive, but when you go to read the script, you're just sitting like this. You can see how it doesn't match. And so none of the reads that he was not performing the action, or doing the action rather, none of those reads sounded grounded in any kind of reality. The words just kind of were floating in space, if that makes sense. And this is one of the most common problems I experience with students that come to me for coaching. Or people that I see in workshops that I attend, because I told you guys, I go to workshops like at least monthly. But when I'm in those workshops, there's people of all levels. And I can always tell the people that are newer at this because when they go to read, it's like they just suddenly turn into this, or they turn their head up the microphone like that while they're looking at the script. We are actors. We have to do because acting is doing. So if you are doing a physical action like washing dishes, you need to be doing the action of you washing dishes. If you're driving, you have to do the action of driving. If you are looking for something, you have to actually be looking for something. Okay, and that's one of the harder exercises to do. But here's where it kind of falls apart for a lot of new people. If I say, okay, you're driving, show me you're driving. Okay, and start doing this. Firstly, if you're doing this, I don't know about y'all, but the car is gonna be doing this side to side. So I don't know anybody who drives like that. Secondly, I'm a 10-2 person, like this. If you are a one-hander, but you go 10-2, that's not gonna feel right to you, right? So you got to do your one hand thing. If you lean back when you drive, you got to lean back. You know what I'm saying? Are you leaned up against the door? Are you like leaning over the wheel and like just because you're tired, you're falling asleep? Like there's a lot of different ways we do these actions. When you're washing dishes, where's the dish rack that you put the dishes to dry? Do you even have a dish rack? Or do you just put them on the counter or a paper towel or something? Like that has to be happening, but it has to happen in a way that is true to you. That is something that you have lived every day or that you have lived in your life, have experienced, because our actions are going to be based in some past event in our life. And those past events carry emotions. And so if you are happy, what do you do when you're happy? Oh shit, that's what I do. Oh shit. And so if I do this, I automatically feel happy because it's congruent, right? It's always about the congruency of our actions. The next time you go in to do an audition, really be clear about where you are and what you're doing in that scene. We rarely are just gonna be standing there like statues. We are doing something. We may be leaning up on something. We may be sitting forward like this. You know, if we're talking to a partner across the counter at a cafe, then we need to be on the desk. We need to be sitting down, not standing, and we need to be here. And you're gazing into her eyes, you know, and just like, yeah, you're right. Or maybe you're frustrated. Maybe you guys got in a fight, you know, and you said something that rubbed her the wrong way, but you didn't mean it. And you're like, you know, I'm looking at other people at the cafe because, you know, I don't want to be looking in her eyes because, you know, we're kind of fighting, you know, so, you know, it's whatever. Like these behaviors have to be what's true to you. How do you do this? Again, I've always told you guys to pull out the camera, but take a step further. You have to pay attention always. What are you doing when you're doing the things that you do? I cannot stress this enough, man. I'm trying to really give you guys the key. This is the key that most voice actors that don't book fail to realize. It always starts from your physicality. And the physicality is driven by the emotional choice that you make. What is the emotion that you're trying to give? And then think about it. Really think about, what do I do when I'm feeling this way? And that feeling and the action will change depending on the circumstances, the scene that you build for yourself. You driving is going to be a lot different than you washing dishes versus you sitting on the couch versus you standing in line at Rite Aid. All of these are going to look different. The same emotion, the same happy feeling will be displayed differently. And on that note, make sure that, for example, if you're driving, I'm going to be looking here at my script, which means if I'm driving and then I'm looking over at my mom, that means I need to turn. I'm driving here. The mic is here, right? I'm driving. I'm like, hey, mom. Because that's what you would do, right? It's best to keep it as close to reality as possible. Okay, same thing with washing dishes. I know if my dish rack is on this side and I'm washing dishes here, right now I almost dropped one. I'm like, oh, fuck, you know, pick it up and I put it inside the thing. I need to do that. If I'm getting letter, I'm getting mail, I got to pick up the mail and I got to hold it here. And I'm looking down. Understand where your placement needs to be. And in theater acting, they call it blocking because you have scene partners and stuff and the audience. And so you need to face a certain way. But in our booth, the only thing we need to worry about blocking towards is the microphone, right? And the script should probably be in front of the microphone. And so that way your blocking will always be facing towards the microphone. If anything I explained in today's video isn't clear, let me know in the comments down below, or if you have anything you want to add to the conversation, you can leave that comment down below as well. And yeah, I guess I will see you guys in the next video.